All right, for 85, looking at it, I'm looking at this first, and it looks like a tough integration to me. All right, certainly we reduce the power, but I'm wondering if reversing the order might help me. So I want to write this down. I want to write down the lower limit y equals. What does it equal? The arctangent of x. The upper limit, y is pi over 6. All right, I'm going to draw a picture of that down. And the arctangent looks sort of like this over here. It's asymptotic with pi over 2. So pi over 6, I'm going to say somewhere over here about. All right, that's, y equals pi over 6. All right, let me just maybe talk about the what the x is for that. So pi over 6 times 180 degrees over pi, that would be 30 degrees. Now 30 degrees looks sort of like this over here. I'm just trying to get a feel for the ratio. Very, very famous triangle. 1, 2, root 3. All right, so the tangent of 30 degrees would be 1 over root 3. So this number over here is 1 over root 3. All right? All right, let's go on to the next thing, because I still don't know the region yet. But the next thing is going to be, x equals. What's the lower limit? X equals 0. What's the upper limit? X equals 1 over root 3. So I'm starting to see that region. It's right over here. All right, so I got a clear idea what's happening over here. So I'm going to write this down. And again, my suspicion is if I switch this from, starting with x first and then going to y's, it might get easier for me. So I still get secant to the 5th power, and that's going to be y. I'm going to put down dx first now, and then put down dy. All right? So we're going along the x's, and this is the x over here. And what's the upper limit going to be? Well, let's take a look at that. The x would be the tan of y. That's what the x is. And the lower limit would be 0. Let's do the y's now. Y start at 0 and go up to pi over 6. All right, I think I can handle it. And what do I mean by that? I think I can do the integration. But again, it may get so difficult that I can't do the second integration. Second integration is dy. Let's do dx now, see what we end up with. What do you get? Well, let's take a look. You get secant to the 5th power of y times x. Limits of integration go from 0 to tangent of y. So what do you get there? You actually get, let's see, tan y. And then you're going to get secant to the 5th power of y. Again, you may find yourself in a situation you can't get out of that one either. All right, but I think I can handle it. And the way I'm going to do that, let's see, the derivative of secant is secant tan. So let me see if that helps. Secant y tan y times secant to the 4th power of y dy. So I'm going to make a u substitution here. U equals secant of y. Du would be secant y tan y dy. Well, let's pop it in. The secant of 0 is 1. And the secant of pi over 6 is really 1 over the cosine of pi over 6. Let's go back to our triangle. That's up there. And let's see, that would be what? That would be Well, the cosine is going to be root 3 over 2. So it's going to be 2 over root 3. All right, let me write that down. So I just did the limits. I got the du. And then I got this secant to the 4th power, which would be u to the 4th power. That integration is fairly easy to do. It's u to the 5 over 5. Limits of integration come from 1 and then 2 over root 3. I realize computation can be quite annoying at times, but I still want to go through it. All right? So let's just do that, and let's see what we get over there. And what do you get? Let's put this down. You're going to get 1/5. I'm going to pull that out, by the way. Then you're going to get 2 over root 3 to the 5th power. I'm going to write it as the 4th power times 1 of those things. That's easier for me to do the arithmetic. And then minus 1. All right, relatively simple. What do you have here? 1/5. Let's say 2 to the 4th. 2 times 2 is 4, 8, 16. 16 times 2 is 32. Root 3 times root 3 is going to be 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So it's going to be 9 root 3s. Minus 1. I'm going to write that down as 9 root 3 over 9 root 3. I'm going to keep moving, go forward. 1/5, 9 root 3. And then you get 32 minus 9 root 3. You know what I'm going to do? I multiply top and bottom by root 3. And you get 1/5. 9 times 3 is 27. 32 root 3s minus 27. And what do you get there? Let's take a look at that. 135. And you get 32 root 3s minus 27. I'll commit to that answer there. Let's take a look at the key, though, and see where they got. And I always say, if I make a mistake, I make a mistake, but I can always go back and look at the work again. But sometimes I get upset, I have to go back and look at the work again. It happens a lot, though. And we are good to go on to another question. Thank you.